Hi friends, we are going to turn this round soap dispenser into a pumpkin. We're going to do that by turning it inside out and using mica powder to paint the lines on this. Now, fun fact, I have zero depth perception, so I have to kind of go around it, do the square first, and then fill in those center areas. Otherwise, I will not have my lines being symmetrical whatsoever. I'm using a very thin brush at first, and then I switched to a wider brush and kind of brush those lines out because we don't want them perfect. We want them a little bit thicker in some areas, like a normal pumpkin. You just kind of have to visualize a normal pumpkin. And we're going to go around the top. Now, this is actually the top of the soap dispenser. Once it's all poured and everything, that will be the top. This is going to be the bottom. We're going to do the same thing all the way around the bottom, brushing it out, just making it look a little bit irregular while still having those symmetrical lines. Now we're going to brush some into the lid, all around the lip of the lid, so that it all kind of matches. Now I'm taking some alcohol and I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit. It doesn't matter if it's a little messy. Now we're going to turn it the right way and we're going to start pouring our resin. Now I've got my colors already set up, my Rolio Mica powders. So I mixed all of the resin that I'm going to need. This is actually more than I need because I'm doing two projects at once. So I put a little in there. I'm going to mix that bright green in. That's just 2 ounces of the bright green to fill up that lid. Now we're going to do the actual pumpkin. I put in 2 different colors of orange just to kind of give it a little bit extra. And there you see I'm throwing my extra into that other project I've been working on. Now we're going to take it out and let's see what we have. All right, and there is the lid, that nice bright green color. I know it looks a little odd right now, but you'll see in the end it fits right in. Sorry about not having all my lights on. I figured it out after a few minutes of filming here. Now we're going to take the pumpkin part out. And you're going to see that that mica powder sticks to the resin, not the mold. So when you actually take it out of the mold is clean. There's nothing left on the mold itself that you painted on. It all transferred onto the pumpkin. And you see, there's the pumpkin. Now we're going to put the lid on it. And you could stop there, but why? When we could have so much more fun with this. It looks pretty as it is right there, but we're going to have just a little bit more fun. We're going to add some 3D effects to this. Now here, you're going to see, this is how we stick those lids down. You take a little bit of your resin, kind of just use a popsicle stick, go right around those edges. Don't put too much because if you do, it's going to drip. Just you want a little bits all the way around. And you're going to stick that right along that lip edge that you've got there. Go all the way around. Make sure you've hit every area because you don't want that to pop back off. And then you stick it on there. And then we're going to wait till the next day. Now we're going to add some 3D effects. I'm using UV resin for this one. I am going to put it into a cup. And now I've got some nice green. This is actually a forest green alcohol ink by Let's Resin. I put 1 drop in it to begin with, mix that in. Now, don't like that color. We're going to add a little bit more resin because I realized I did not do enough. Now I'm going to add some more green color, and I just keep adding that until I get the color I want. You can't take away, so you got to make sure that you are only adding it 1 drop at a time until you get that color that you're looking for. All right, just didn't have quite the color I was looking for yet. I kind of wanted this one to have a little bit darker color. Now, on my silicone mat, I am using my popsicle stick and I'm going to draw some vines. I'm going to hit it with my UV light for 30 seconds. You want it to still be sticky, tacky. So 30 seconds is plenty for what we're doing right here. Now you're going to peel that up and stick it on just like a sticker. See how that's stuck on there? Now I'm going to hit it with 2 minutes. Now I use my finger glove or the popsicle stick to push down the ends because they do try to pop up until it's hardened on there. So I hit that with 2 minutes, and I'll just keep repeating this process. And I'm going to speed it up here because there's no reason for us to sit here for 20 minutes, which is about what this takes to do all of these. Now I'm going to put 4 of these vines on there, doing the same method each time. See, I just draw them out. They don't have to be perfect. The vines aren't perfect on a pumpkin anyway. You can see it's starting to come together. You're sticking those on there, hitting it with light for 2 minutes. And here comes the 4th one. Same thing, peel it up, stick it on. 2 more minutes under the lamp. And every time you're doing another one, the first ones are getting hit again, so they get more and more hardness on them. Now, we're doing the leaves here. So the leaves are kind of tiny. I start with 1, just kind of draw it out. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's a leaf. Doesn't matter. Same thing, you peel that up. Sometimes you have to use like, a popsicle stick or something. I think I used a toothpick to get those up. Hit it, stick it on your pumpkin, hit it with 2 minutes of light. Now that you get 1 on there, you kind of see what you're doing. Now I'll do 2 at a time here. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Leaves aren't perfect. None of them are the same. You get the idea. You just keep sticking those on. I put 1 on each side of the vine all the way around. So I had 4 vines. I will be making 8 leaves to stick on there. If you draw it out and it's not perfect, don't worry about it. If you absolutely hate it, wipe it away before you harden it, or harden it and set it to the side to use for something else. This is just an easy way you get kind of a 3D effect on these, which I just think it makes it all the difference in the world on these. Just gives it a little bit extra. See how those are all just kind of going in between those vines all the way around. Using my toothpick there to make sure that they are stuck down all the way around. But you really want them to still be pretty tacky when you stick it on there. And then you can harden it the rest of the way while it's on the pumpkin. That tackiness helps it stick to the pumpkin and get it where you want it. All right, and there it is. All your leaves and everything are on it. It just gives it an extra oomph. And there it is. Please, I hope this has helped somebody to come up with new ideas. Give me a follow, a like,